What up, though, everybody? You are now under the black top, where we try to get our act together and find strength and unity in the circle of life and friendship. I am Billy.
I'm Timbo.
And I am Ray. It's nice to be here. Nice to be with you guys. And be here under the blacktop, It's really cool.
Another day.
Timbo, how you been, man?
I've been really good. I know a lot of good stuff is happening. So, uh, just waiting to see some results and some stuff. But other than that, just chilling, waiting on vacation next month. Not going nowhere deep, just a little staycation. Going up 2 hours somewhere. So,
Okay.
just looking forward to that.
Hey man, I understand that. Honestly, man, anytime you can just not, go to work or get out the little, everyday routine is nice. So I know I
Right,
understand you looking forward to that vacation.
for sure.
Billy, how you been?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm actually digging deeper into the everyday routine because I want to see more things manifest in my life. So it's interesting on opposite ends of that, I guess. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm smooth. How are you?
Man, it's funny. I'm actually like right in the middle of you guys as far as the routine thing. I'm trying to while understanding my routine, take in a lot of my little free time because, I'm noticing, man, the summer is almost we're at like halfway there. We're halfway through the summer. It's blazing through and there's so many things that I kind of want to get done. Some things I want to focus on, other than just getting out there and fishing because I have been doing that. I actually went out yesterday on a boat. So it was fun to actually get out there and fish. Caught a little bit. Um, got a little seasick feeling. That was my first time kind of feeling that. That was a little weird. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way to combat that next time around. But had
What
an
do you think
awesome
caused
time.
it? Like, was it like moving around a lot?
Yeah, man, it was some pretty big waves, man. We was in a little boat, and Lake St. Clair can get a little choppy at times. So I think it was a moment where I was just kind of focusing on my phone. And what they say is, you shouldn't be focused on one thing, kind of looking down as you're moving. It can kind of make you not feel well. And once you start to not feel well, it's a little hard to combat that. So it was a moment where I just wasn't feeling well. And but I actually felt better as we kind of were going. Luckily it was towards the end of our fishing. But I was able to, continue on and go. Caught a couple more fish. It was awesome. Just a great time. So just all around good time. The weather was awesome. A lot of people out there, but it was cool. It was my first time actually going and seeing like a bass tournament was actually going on. So it felt like it was like 80 other boats out there leaving from this one launch that we were at. So it was kind of cool just watching everybody kind of just disperse. Yeah, really dope, man. Can't complain at all.
Did you, did you record any of that?
I have some pictures of just being on the water. I don't have any pictures of all of the boats going into the water. But it was kind of cool just watching. You can tell that these were seasoned fishermen, just that the way that they were just going through the launch area, just dropping these boats in and pulling in and getting out and pulling in and getting out. There was no issues. There was no one even, directing traffic or anything. Everybody just kind of knew what to do. I would hate to be the new guy there because it's so many just you're definitely messing up somebody's routine if you have any inkling of not knowing what you're supposed to do. But luckily we
The
were able
slightest
to be
inkling. The
exactly
slightest inkling of not knowing what you're supposed to do.
right, right. So, but luckily we were there with somebody he's awesome. He knows what exactly what he's doing. So we were able to get out and get going, and it was just a great time. Just a great time. It was something I wish that I could do, but boating is an expensive
Very,
habit.
very, very. My uncle has a boat, and the fees are ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. And especially considering that in Michigan you can only really utilize it for half a year or something like that. Yeah. So, but cool. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. But jumping back in, Timbo, what we listening to, man? What we got this week?
We listened to Breezy by Christopher Brown. So, what did everybody think?
I really enjoyed the album, man. I thought it was super groovy. It seemed to have take off or enter another space right around song 14 or 15, like around Forbidden. And the production got super detailed, or it just seemed that the songs grabbed my attention a little bit more. But I like this album a lot. I probably will listen to it again. There's a couple of songs I could probably make my own album out of this album and just listen to the 8 or 9 or 10 songs back to back. Just put that on repeat.
That part,
I really,
that's what it was. It's a good 8, 9 songs.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I feel like Chris Brown makes great music. He's very, very talented. He
Here,
makes
here.
well-rounded music that kind of spans the whole genre. He's been a very consistent presence in that R&B genre, and he continues to do so here. But kind of like what you guys are saying, my only personal criticism is that it's a little lengthy for me. It's like it could have been seven less tracks, and I think it would have been a little more impactful. I know that it's his style. I know his last couple albums have been longer pieces, but I would have been more comfortable at 17 tracks instead of the 24 and what was it, 33 on a deluxe. Like that's a lot for me.
Yeah, it might be 32. And
Yeah.
to me, honestly, this is just a side note. I was going to wait till we got it when I was talking about it. But when you do a deluxe album, just release that. That's usually, because it's for me, every time I hear a deluxe album, I'm like, this is what y'all should release. The few couple songs that's on the deluxe are like, to me, at least 2, 3 times better than what we heard on the rest of the album.
Okay. See,
So
I think if he could have maybe just picked, so between those 32, 33 songs, if he could have just grabbed, say, 17, then maybe we wouldn't have something where, like you were saying, Billy, where, you could skip a few tracks, but you could listen to like these eight. If we could just group those, handful of tracks together, you may have an awesome album that you wouldn't be skipping through as opposed to just a really good album full of strong music. I mean, the music is good, but all of it to me anyway isn't great.
agreed,
right.
agreed,
Like
agreed.
record, like for Forbidden and Harder, them records, those are some, that's some great records.
And harder is such it gives me Gemini because it's the soft song, but it's about Willie Roast. So it's like that's it's just it's so Chris Brown to me. It's like only he would do something like that.
Right.
That was a good record. I was very happy. I was pleasantly surprised to see that type of record on there.
Hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was just, I need, yeah, like you said, the album full of that, more impact, you know, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I love the album. But it's like there's maybe 5, 6 songs I could have did with her. But I'm glad I listened to the song with her today. To me, that was actually a song of substance to me because it was like it was talking about you. Yeah, you wouldn't think I would make it, that type of thing. Which I mean, that I guess that could technically get labeled off into the bragging thing, but still, it was really nice. And to me, it was kind of different from the stuff he had on the rest of the album. So
Right.
that was a pleasant surprise to listen to today. So, but yeah, it's just a lot of people are like, well, yeah, he's always giving the same stuff. He has a style for sure, but to me, it's just like I don't know. Every album is still fresh to me. It's like it, you can tell there's a formula he works with, but it don't sound the same to me.
Hmm. Man, I
So
really wonder how many tracks he actually had just
he
recorded.
recorded 250, and he's picked 25 from that.
Yeah.
So
Hey man, that
yeah.
boy stay working.
So yeah, pleasantly surprised. I love Catch a Body. That's like the first. That song is kind of like stuck in my head. I've been,
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one of the ones I like also.
Possessive. I like that one. It's like that's a note from my diary. Okay, because I'm very possessive.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah. So no, I enjoyed listening to this. It was fun.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, well, cool. Um, I sound like all around we pretty much like this Breezy album. I think I'm gonna give it another listen to because I know for a fact that there are just a couple of them that I want to grab out and transfer to a playlist. So
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. I'm happy. So moving along, we have our album selection this time around. We're going to pick something that we would normally gravitate towards, something maybe that we don't want to listen to, or something that we just wouldn't normally pick. I am going to go with Leap by James Bay because I don't know who that is. So, Timbo, what you got?
Turnstile glow on.
Turnstile glow on.
Yeah.
Wait, is the turnstile by glow on?
Uh, it's glow on by turnstile.
Ah, I got you. All right, what you got, Billy?
If my wife knew I'd be dead by CMAT, CMAT. I guess that's CMAT.
Okay, cool. This last album was Chris Brown, which was a Tim choice, I believe. Okay, so Timbo, you will be taken away first. What you got?
Okay. I'm gonna take away the James Bay album
Okay.
because I don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is at all. So that's why I kind of went with it. But it's also cool because I also don't know who Turnstile or CMAT is. But I am curious to know what CMAT doesn't want his wife to know. So let's listen to that one.
All right.
Alrighty. I mean, that is a very interesting album title.
It is. I'm
Um,
intrigued.
n- new is just is no K. It's NEW.
Oh, I thought it was KNEW. Ah, interesting. All right. I see, Matt. Let's see what you got. That'll be cool. So, in our reading, we are in chapter 10 of our book, White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. Chapter 10 was entitled White Fragility and the Rules of Engagement. And what I took from this, now you guys can definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but what I took from the rules of engagement is don't engage white people on race. I mean, it's kind of what I got from it is essentially that there is no way to do it in which it can be productive or seen as a positive thing or even constructive because of all of the reasons that she's kind of been listing in the book. Now she does go on to elaborate a little more, but essentially that's kind of from the beginning of that chapter. That's what I was getting. What do you guys think?
I think it's what they don't want to be confronted with. That's what I was kind of getting from it. It's just like, because we have the same excuses that we always seeing. So, and that stuff isn't necessarily always real. It's projected. So
Hmm.
that's. I just wanted to say that. Go ahead.
I think that some of these responses aren't just exclusive to confronting what she calls white fragility. I think I've probably done some of these things in general, just being defensive. So it shed a lot of light on myself as well as some people who have an obstacle with just being challenged about how you are not interrupting the system, but acting like it doesn't exist, you know, which is in a way supporting it. But yeah, I like how she breaks it down. I like how she gives these rules of engagement that we can identify with.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with you on there. There were, in looking at some of those rules of engagement, there are things that I'm also a fault of. I can be having an impactful conversation with someone and get caught up in the tone of what they're saying as opposed to what they're actually saying and then go off the tone and then miss the message completely. And that was some of the things that she said. Like her number one was do not give me feedback on my racism under any circumstances. But if you insist on doing it, then you must
Make it make
follow
sense.
these other rules, and proper tone is crucial. There must be trust between us. Our relationship must be issue free. It's just all of these other things. And as you were saying, Billy, I can absolutely see how in some of these things you it's just human stuff, you know. It's just so easy to get defensive on certain things, and how she kind of said, you have to kind of be willing to look past this good bad binary when it comes to the racism. You have to be able to look past some of this discomfort that is going to make you. You got to look past the tone, and you have to just be willing to listen to the root issue and the problem. And it's not always easy, but it's essential if you want to get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems as though she's talking specifically about that because that is the next point that needs the attention. It is understanding that the challenge is not the problem, the challenge is the solution. You being
Hmm.
challenged is the solution. You recognizing what you're contributing is the solution. Don't run away from it.
Exactly.
Everything that she's talking about, these rules are all fortresses in front of that. They're obstacles to you seeing what the truth is, but they support your denial.
Hmm.
And she clearly talks about how everybody else knows you're racist. The jig is up essentially. Like
Essentially.
this is not.
Screaming, screaming. Everybody knows you're racist. The jig is up.
But racist in the way that she defined it, not just like you said, getting away from the good bad binary, but being a part of the system that you just can't remove yourself from. It's a white supremacist European system.
Exactly.
And she telling you about that. There's no way that you can go through this life and not be affected. You didn't set it up. But again, like she says, what are you doing to interrupt this system?
Hmm.
I
And
do think that was a good question. I like that one.
Hmm. Like you're right. You didn't set it up, but you do, unconsciously, consciously benefit from it. Like, so recognize it, and what can we do to change it? Yeah.
right there was that she talked about like emphasizing impact over or emphasizing intention over impact and this whole trust thing you mentioned earlier and the
Hmm.
respect thing. I never thought of it like that. I guess just because I'm always around people we respect each other's spaces, or at least that's what we believe. And like the whole false belief, speak your truth thing, it's
Hmm.
just, I guess you can be so caught up in yourself or you being the victim that you really forget. You don't understand that your truth is a false belief. What you think is respect is not a good environment for the people you want to respect you. You don't get
Hmm.
to be respected in your perspective, in your innocence, be held in this high regard, and held over everybody else just because this is what you're used to, which is again what she calls a white supremacist system.
Hmm.
It's very
I agree. I agree. Yeah. So, any other
Yeah.
any other
Um,
notes?
yeah, no, that one, it seemed like a pretty straightforward chapter this time. I just saw a lot of questions, and I'm like, this is just. But
Hmm.
I think it's interesting the whole idea of the trust because sometimes you have to have difficult conversations with people that you can't trust. So that was just an interesting type of perspective to me.
But I understand the trust too, though. Because to have those difficult conversations, to possibly deal with, hey, I might have done something racist. I think that I can understand you wanting a trust there, or wanting to have that conversation with somebody that you feel understands you and maybe knows a little bit where you're coming from, or maybe knows your whole true self. Um, but again, it's that same kind of thinking that, come on, I'm not racist, right? Like, even just it's the whole intention thing that we were just talking
You
about.
know I'm not racist,
Just because you
right?
don't just
This
because
is
you don't
so funny.
intend to come off a certain way doesn't mean that your actions haven't
And
done
she
that.
even says that somewhere in the chapter. Basically, it's like
Hmm.
just because it doesn't, you don't recognize it as basically, racist or offensive, don't mean that it's not offensive to somebody else. And a lot of times that's the stonewall. It's like, oh, well,
Hmm.
that's not offensive to me, so that shouldn't be offensive to you. Your experience
Exactly.
is not my experience.
And then that may be the issue with even finding that pocket of trustful people to even have these conversations with. Because if you sit around a whole bunch of people who seemingly understand where you're coming from, are they really going to challenge those positions? Because, oh, I know that's not what you really think. So are you really getting pushed there? Are you really, expounding on what you think and how you feel and really, you know, thinking about it?
The issue is bigger than your comfort. You have to be okay with that. She talks about the stamina.
Hmm.
Where's your stamina? And I guess with this particular group of people, she's talking about the stamina is very weak. This is not all white people, just a particular group who exhibit this behavior.
Hmm.
So you got to work on your stamina. We don't have to come down to where you can't keep up with. You have to come up to the pace of life, especially in this world that protects you so much.
That's true. Yeah. I think overall we had a really good chapter.
Yes.
And we only have a couple left. I think it's two, maybe three
What's
chapters.
the title of the next one? Because I saw that and I was like, oh Lord.
Yeah, so next week we'll be reading chapter 11, White Woman's Tears.
That's what it was. Because I'm like, what? It was something crazy.
So that'll be our next week, and we'll see what that entails.
Karen's tears, child. Karen's tears.
Uh, oh man, that is funny. But yeah, so that'll be our next week reading assignment. And also we need to try to come up with some more books, guys, because we are
Oh, we had a good
just like
list. We had a great list.
a couple
One of them,
chapters.
what was it? Something about African contributions to modern civilization or something. That was the title of one of the books or something to that.
Yeah, I know we had a decent
Hill
list.
Valley contributions to civilization.
Yeah, we did.
I'm obsessed with that one. I think if y'all don't read it, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah. Well,
I want
definitely.
to
Well,
read that
cool.
one.
So for everyone listening, coming soon, we will let you know what we're gonna
Right.
listen to.
Once we make an official decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving to the segment. All right, man. So this segment, what is it? What is it? Animals versus humans? Or animals getting that get back? How
Yeah,
are we doing it?
get back. Okay, so it's animals versus humans when animals get their lick back,
There
and
we go.
I don't know if that's something that's understood all over the world. In Detroit, when you get a one up on somebody, it's called a lick. So yeah, actually in the North, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So Cardi has a song called "Looking Like I Caught a Lick." Make sure you check that out. Yeah. So yeah, what type of story? I found one story. So I guess I'll start with mine. It's really interesting because it's like all of the details are not really expressed. So, but I mean, some of it isn't. You can tell what's going on. So let me see if I can find it. Oh, I have too many windows open on my phone. Okay, I might have to look for it. If y'all have yours, go ahead and go.
So mine is
I got
really
one.
more of just overall just a PSA.
Okay.
Um, that these bison at Yellowstone and it maybe just animals in general at these national parks are just tired of y'all just looking
Messing
at
with
them
them.
and coming
Right.
up close to them and trying to pose with them because they are not giving a F no more. They ran down a bison ran down the 71-year-old lady and a week before had like gored a 34-year-old man from Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, he was real tired.
Yeah, like so. I mean, just a PSA out there. If you out there and you taking
Leave them
photos of these
bison alone.
animals, maybe do it from a distance, man.
Right.
Or don't, and you
At
might get a
all.
news
So
story.
you know,
Like it's just crazy. It's just wild. Like seeing because every once in a while you hear these stories about people getting attacked at these national parks.
hmm.
It's just scary.
Okay,
For
I
one, I
find
wouldn't
mine.
get close to it. I would never get that close to an animal. But then sometimes, like even like with bears, like I just saw the one with the bear was
See, a bear
following
is
the
a
family.
really unpredictable animal. There's no
Yeah,
way. No
you're
way.
absolutely right. Like the bear for a long time was just following this family. It was they had kids and everything, and
Hmm.
you have to try to make yourself big and make a lot of noise. But
Yeah, they don't like loud
yeah,
noises. So the whole thing is you yell, "Hey there, hey!"
yeah, And that's exactly what they were doing. You can hear her voice shaking as she's trying to keep her kids,
Poor baby, that's horrible.
trying to
Oh, that's
make sure
horrible.
that they don't run away. But man, these animals, man, I don't know. They'd be curious, but all I know is the bison for sure. If you out there at Yellowstone, you might want to keep some distance or keep your head on a swivel. They don't
Or
care
a
what age
bison
you
will
are.
meet you in the parking lot. Okay,
Hey,
they're
you
not
can
playing.
be young, you can be old. Like this lady, this 71-year-old, she wasn't even paying attention. She was just walking to her car. Should have kept her head on the swivel, man. That bison came and got her. Like it's crazy. All right, Tam,
God,
what you got?
okay. This is from actually 4 years ago, but apparently I'm not gonna say their name because it's bad enough what happened to them. Okay, so this doctor, she's 36, and her son, 3, were left with life-changing injuries after they spooked a female giraffe with a young calf at a wildlife reserve in South Africa. So that's the thing. It's like, okay, you said spooked, so that's context. I don't have to infer anything there. But I'm like, I wonder how did they spook them? And the thing is, it's like these animals are serious about their kids. It's like just like a human is serious about their child, animals are all the more serious about their kids. So I wouldn't try and spook anything, especially my 3-year-old.
That's about
It's
it.
the silence for me, okay?
I mean, I'm just saying, it's not every day that you hear that giraffes just go off on the babies,
Right. They're usually pretty docile.
man. Because have y'all seen giraffes fight?
I haven't.
Giraffes
I have.
is
I think I
crazy.
have.
They be swinging their necks. They be trying to use their little head thingies to
Yeah.
like step. Like I would not want to see a spook giraffe. Like they look majestic when they just walking, but they vicious when they
I
mad.
wouldn't want my 3-year-old to be around me if I was spooking a giraffe.
Man, honestly, I don't even feed the giraffes at the zoo. I can't even hold you up.
They're not supposed to be fed. Let the zookeepers do that. Even at
Man,
Bush Gardens, they tell you not to feed the animals because
well,
it'll change their behavior.
at the zoo, they got the little thing where you're supposed to be able to walk up and put your hand, and giraffes come up and
No,
nibble
ma'am.
on
No,
it.
sir.
Nah, like it's not for me. I watch from a distance, like, oh, that's cool. But
Right.
over here, that's just I don't know.
I'll feed them with good energy because that's all they're getting.
I mean, good vibes only.
Right. And over there.
And over there, I feel that.
What
What you got
about
for
you,
us,
Billy?
Billy?
This dude was pulling into a parking space. I don't know if he was at work or just getting some eat. I don't know. But he kicked the stray dog. And I guess maybe this is where he lived. Yes, this is where he lived. So he pulled into a parking space and he kicked the stray dog out of his parking space. The stray dog was in his parking space. Over the course of some days, his neighbor caught on camera overnight a whole bunch of stray dogs coming back to his car and like biting his car to pieces. Or not to pieces, but like ripping up his
Making
exhaust.
damage.
Like, you know what I mean? Like really taking his fender off almost. Like using the
Wow.
windshield. Like it's just a group of dogs that just came back to get my man's. I thought
Aw,
that was
that's cute.
You thought
just
that was
like,
your spot.
what are the odds?
Right. That's his spot.
Uh,
It's the
Yeah.
camaraderie for me.
right? Like I'm gonna go get my
Yeah, it was pretty
boys and we
cool.
gonna come back.
Nighttime
I don't
attack, okay?
I don't know.
That's wild.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was crazy.
So moving on from
Stop
our
messing with the
segment.
animals, y'all.
Right, yeah, leave these animals alone, man. They gonna get they get back. Or don't spook the animals either. That second story was a little tragic, man. Like maybe a
I
no.
hope both of them made it. I don't even know. Like I said, it was from 4 years ago, and I had no time to do no follow up. But
Hey, I feel you, man. Thoughts and prayers on to those hurt in animal attacks. I mean, I guess that's a real thing.
it is a real thing.
So, but moving on to this sombrero with all of the questions. What we got, Will, Billy? Hmm.
Huh. Cool ranch or spicy nacho?
Both. That's all.
Man, that's what we ended on.
Oh
Neither,
man.
man. It's
Right. I
both.
know we got a hater over here, Stanley.
Man, it's gross.
Don't do that. Doritos are amazing. He don't
I
like
was
Doritos, y'all, and I don't know what's wrong with him.
I don't get it, man. I know that I'm the weird one because I don't even like the little Doritos taco from Taco
Right?
Bell,
Don't even like
which
them.
everybody likes.
They slap. What are you talking about?
I'm like, nah, y'all can I get a regular shell? No, I just get a soft taco.
Okay.
Like I don't
Cool
like it.
Ranch, man. Cool Ranch.
Let's see, Cool Ranch is the blue bag, right? So we asking what basically
Yes.
blue bag or red bag?
Blue bag or red bag. Like it's not like 17 other different flavors.
Yeah, I
They
think
got
I
the
see
chili
what you.
limon. They got what? The spicy Cool Ranch. Those are some. It's
Yeah,
spicy more than Cool Ranch. Okay.
those are dope. The Flaming Cool Ranch joints are dope. Almost
But
as
they
good as
hot.
the Jacked ones.
It was given
That's
one chip
crazy
challenge. Okay.
because I don't like none of them. They got so many flavors, and I don't like. I wonder what it is. You know, maybe I'm gonna
Sweet
pull back.
chili.
Maybe I will go try a few different flavors.
Because it seemed like you would be a Cool Ranch guy. I don't know.
I really think maybe it's. I haven't tried them in like a good 12, 13 years. I ain't had Dorito in a long time. I just
Okay.
know that I don't like it. So maybe my palate changed a little bit. I'm gonna have to change. Have to try it.
Perhaps.
Here we go. What are you guys' favorite flavors of Doritos?
I was going down the list. Chili limon, Cool Ranch, spicy nacho, spicy sweet chili. I really like that one. That one is actually equally sweet and spicy. Trying to think. I mean, I'm honestly good with those, to be honest.
What about you, Billy?
Those, I guess the original is probably the lowest one on my list. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't know, bro. But like I said, the Jack, they were like street wings or something like that, or the sweet chili ones. Maybe the
Oh,
sweet, the purple bag.
yes, that's what I
Those
meant.
are dope.
Spicy sweet chili. Yes.
Those
Okay.
are sweet.
Oh, they had habanero. I messed with that for a long time. Back in the day.
I never had those.
Those were hot. Those were hotter than the.
See,
They're probably hotter than the flaming hot, honestly.
'cause I like
Habanero.
hot chips.
What
Mm-hmm.
bag?
You said what color was the bag?
Yeah.
I cannot remember. It was so long ago.
It's
It
so
was so long
small.
ago.
Like, what color is the bag?
That's a good question. I should know, but it was forever ago.
Nah, man. Yeah, real talk. I'm a. There we go. So for the people listening, I will check back with you guys next week, and
What about y'all? Do y'all like Doritos? Do
I'm
you
gonna
not
try
like
some of these
Doritos?
Doritos and let y'all know if
Yes.
what I feel about
Do you just not give a crap either
Yes.
way? Like Kim.
it. Let us know. Let us know.
Yep. Where can they let us know, Timbo?
You can send me your responses to blacktopasylum@gmail.com or comment.
And you can send in some new questions too, because we got to make some new ones soon. If they want to consume our content, right? They can consume our content.
Man, yeah, you can watch our videos on YouTube and you can listen to us anywhere podcasts are available. Just type in Blacktop Asylum and we should come up.
Awesome. Guys, so much. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, the Black Top is not closed. Peace.
Peace.